Long time ago I recorded these here, another video from my archives. Long time ago I recorded these box openings, and even though my setup and my camera weren't as much as good as they are today, I feel that I have to share these openings. Today it's time for another booster box of Hour of Devastation, or as at that time was called Hour of Devastating My Wallet, because at release Hour of Devastation did quite purely. It was a very bad set. Today this sounds ironically because sealed booster boxes of Hour of Devastation are going for not less than $150. Let's start opening this box. The seal is gone. Let's start opening these beautiful rust color booster packs. You can notice that during that time there was much more glue on the packs, and therefore they were quite difficult to open. If you happen to spend $150 for one of these booster boxes and the pack open very easily, that means that probably that box is resealed. Chaos Mao is the first rare card. I was saying today these booster boxes go for not less than $150, and there's a reason. The reason is the Amonkhet invocations. Yes, Hour of Devastation booster boxes, they have masterpieces, they have invocations. God Pharaoh Gift, another rare card. They have these masterpieces called invocations. Chase cards. During that time it was all about the masterpieces, the invocation, but there were a couple of valuable cards. The three gods, the Scarab God, the Locust Ghost, and the Scorpion God, they were quite expensive. Nicol Bolas, God Pharaoh, that was the most expensive card in Hour of Devastation. During that time it was around $30. And there was a particular rare card called Torment of Hellfire. That was the most expensive rare card. Nowadays things are different. The most expensive cards are Razakhet and Nahib, which go for not less than $20. And there's a reason why Razakhet and Nahib are the most expensive cards in these booster boxes. The reason is Commander. Nahib and Razakhet are played in Commander, and as at the recording of this particular video, they weren't reprinted. Let's continue opening this booster box. A Dawn Pouncer. Something else you need to notice are the full art lens. During that time, Wizard of the Coast decided to put full art lens in every set. Wasn't really a brilliant idea because a lot of players complained about full art lens that were in every set, and after Hour of Devastation they removed this particular full art lens in every set. But Hour of Devastation, yes, they have full art lens. Let's continue opening this box. Quite interesting box. As I said, it was all about masterpieces. It was all finding those beautiful cards. The only thing that I have to complain about the invocations are the fonts. Yes, I know there are a lot of players that compare those cards with Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't compare them with Yu-Gi-Oh! They are quite different, but the fonts of the card, especially the name of the card, it was quite difficult to read. So that is the only complaint I have regarding masterpieces or invocation. And Lessons, another rare card. The majority of the rare cards in Hour of Devastation, they are bulk. They don't have a lot of value, maybe $1 to $2. As I said, the most expensive card was Torment of Hellfire. Even today I think it's around $10 to $15. Torment of Hellfire. Chaos Mao was the rare foil card. Hour of Eternity. Another thing that you need to notice is that during that time, foil cards or foil pull rate was quite different than we experience today in booster box opening. They were quite difficult to find a foil. Nowadays it's quite easy to find foil cards because the pull rate was increased. And with collector booster boxes, we know that collector booster boxes have every card in foil. So foil cards, they are getting quite common. Even though nowadays I think foil cards are less expensive than normal cards. That's the first mythic card, Majestic. First, not a very expensive card even during the day, not a very expensive card today. But it was the first mythic card. Let's see if we can pull a good card. Maybe a Nicol Bolas. There's Torment of Hellfire. I told you Torment of Hellfire was the most expensive rare card during that day and even today. Today it's around $10 to $15. Let's continue opening this box. Let's see. The rare card, Swarm Intelligence. Another rare card. Another bulk rare card, not very expensive card. It's a pity that a set which everyone was hyped about, an Egyptian themed set, Amonkhet and Our Devastation, did quite poorly during that time. Even Amonkhet, I believe Amonkhet during that time wasn't a very successful set. Especially, it didn't have a lot of cards that impacted certain form. Especially, there is Nicol Bolas God Pharaoh. Let me stop here. Nicol Bolas God Pharaoh was the most expensive card during that time that you can pull from Our Devastation. It was around $30. So there's the Planeswalker Nicol Bolas God Pharaoh. I was saying that even Amonkhet didn't do a lot of good during that time, especially in Standard and Modern. Pioneer didn't exist during that time, so it was Modern or Standard. Very few cards were used from these sets, and that was the reason why Amonkhet and Our Devastation did quite poorly. A lot of people were hyped because of an Egyptian themed set. There's a nice mirror. A lot of people, a lot of players, even myself, were hyped because an Egyptian team set, we wanted an Egyptian team set, we had a Japanese team set, we had a Greek mythology team set, and we never ran out Excavator. That was a quite good rare card from the set. It was not a standard set, it was much more a commander set. It was a quite good and expensive card. Nowadays it was reprinted, and that's why the card went down in price. There's a foil normal basic land, Driven and Despair. Our Devastation had these quite of different split cards. You could cast the top part of the card, let's say from your hand, if it was on your hand, and then the card goes, Our Devastation, that's the card and the name of the set. You will play those cards, the split cards, they will go in the graveyard, and then from the graveyard, if it was still in the graveyard, you can play the second part of the card with the aftermath mechanic. So they were quite a little bit of different split cards from the one that we used to see in the Ravnica blocks. Uncage the Energy, that's another mythic card, not very expensive even today. 3 mythic cards from this box, not bad. You have to also consider, and you have to also remember that Amonkhet was the main set and Our Devastation was the second set in the block. So Amonkhet was much more a bigger set versus Our Devastation, which was quite a smaller set. And that's the reason why you can see that probably you can pull double rares. Refuse, Corporate, Raskire of these packs. I really love these packs. As I said, it was all about trying to find one of those invocations. During that time, the pull rate of an invocation, there's Nahib, let me stop here, there's Nahib the Eternal. As I said, nowadays it's around $20 to $25. Nahib the Eternal wasn't expensive at release or at launch of Our Devastation. It was really a bulk mythic, but because of Commander and because it didn't see any reprint at least yet, the card holds a value of around $20. I was saying the pull rate of an invocation was around 1.5 in a booster case. Yes, it's a booster case, not a booster box. So you can find 1.5 in 6 boxes. So that was the pull rate of an invocation. Therefore, if you have a booster case, you had nearly a guarantee that you will find at least one invocation. If you were lucky, you could find even 2. Hostile Desert. Something else regarding Our Devastation. Our Devastation didn't have a land cycle. It has these desert land, but didn't have a particular land cycle. So that's another reason why Wildfire Eternal. So that's another reason why Our Devastation did poorly at release. I believe that there are a few packs left. Let's continue opening this box. It's always nice to see a box opening of these type of sets. Hour of Revelation, Hour of Devastation, Amonkhet, Dominaria, Ixalan, those sets, they are quite rare to find on YouTube, someone opening those type of booster boxes. Let's continue seeing what we can find. Another full art land. Hollow one, there's a modern deck revolving around that particular card, Hollow One. Very interesting card. I remember a lot of players were hyping regarding Hollow One. They knew that it could be played in Modern. Angel of Condemnation. Sorry. Very few packs left. I think it's around maybe less than 6 packs left. Another full art swamp and their Kefnet Last Word. Out of Devastation had this last word or last action of the gods, of the Amonkhet gods, not the gods of our Devastation gods. The gods of our Devastation are the 3 gods: Scarab God, Locust God, and Scorpion God. Had this type of Kefnet Last Word, Rona's Lasting, and they were quite powerful spell, but you couldn't tap your lands during your untap step. Overwhelming Splendor, another mythic card. I think we have for sure 5 mythic cards. Last 2 packs, 5 mythic cards in this box. It's quite a good box, 5 mythic cards in a booster box. It's always a good box. Last 2 packs, let's open these last 2 packs. There's another mythic card, Unish. 6 mythic in this box, and one of them was Nicole Buzz, which was the most expensive cards. And we have also Nahib. It's not a bad box. Last booster pack. Let's see the last rare card. There's the last rare card, Hazaret, Undying Fury. So this was the last rare card. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you are enjoying these type of videos from my archives. Subscribe to my channel for more interesting videos about Magic the Gathering and the collectible world.